Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so this is just kind of a quick video about the updates. So I've been working hard. Okay, we got the jobs panel now. We have this is where we spawn our garbage trucks. Okay, I built a new interface for the truck, which shows I'm going to have to move that down there, obviously. I'll do that in the next update. I'll move the interfaces around and stuff. So for now, anyways, this is how it is. Alright. So we can pick up bins. There you go. Our capacity is here. I don't know why it's so low. Let's check. Oh, because I duplicated the fuel. So its max is probably 250. Okay, so I'm going to have to change that. Alright, so anyway, so you get the idea. It fills up with garbage, and we can see that capacity as we drive around. So once it's full, now it'll hold a lot more than just 250, that's for sure. It holds, I think it holds 2,000. Right, we'll come over here to the dump. So what I did is, so the way I had it set up, it probably did work. But I was referencing the wrong value the whole time, and I didn't discover it until after I'd redesigned the whole setup 3 or 4 times. So yeah. So now what happens is you come in here and we activate this block. It's going to do some other things, and then we can empty our truck. So this is our city dump capacity, and this is what's in there, and then of course we have our truck value. So then what it does is it empties the truck into there, and then it saves. And then the window doesn't close, which it should. Alright, let's investigate all that. So you get the idea. So that's the update that's in the works. Let's see why it didn't close. So then when the city dump is full, you'll have to come here in another truck and fill it up, right? It'll have a window that comes up. You'll fill the truck up, and then you'll have to export that to the regional dump. And that's how you're going to be able to gather resources, right? So, and then I'm going to expand on this. So obviously this is what's taken 3 or 4 days. Thinking about it, making the window. Let's see. Did it give me an error? It did. Visible is not a member of minimap. Line 12. City dump. Unload garbage. Line 12. Silly me. Script.parent. Parent, I thought. Button. It says visible is not a member of minimap. Oh, button.parent. Oh, you see? So now I have to check. In here, we don't go from the button. we do there. So there we need to say script. Alright, and then from there we do as well. I thought I had all this worked out. Obviously I didn't. Okay, so if not for that, it probably would have done what it needed to do. Yeah, and then so now what I need to do is in the city dump menu. So that's what we have, and probably what I could do, is have the just show visually. If I make this one like here. Alright, and then I duplicate that. If I get rid of that. Hold on a second. This should be in here. Yeah, we could do that like that. There we go. So then what we'll have here, this is going to be the truck storage. This is going to be the garbage truck. Garbage truck. Amount. And then on here, it'll say... What we'll have to do is we'll have to search for the garbage truck in the workspace. All right, so we need this one here. It spawns like that, so we need to say game get service workspace find first child, and then we need to say player. Yeah, player dot name. This one here. Yeah, and then we need to say dot drive seat. Dot garbage. Value, or that's one way of doing it, or we could just say player dot stats dot whatever the garbage in the truck is actually. Player dot stats dot so we don't need this one. Garbage in truck, right? Is that right? This one here. But we don't want to say value. There we go. So now when we go into the dump, it's going to show what we have in our truck, and it's going to show what's in that truck, and then the menu should close up. So let's do that. That's what I'm working on. And then we want to go to the garbage truck because there was something wrong with it. And that was Oh, the capacity on... Where would I find that? Let's see. In the plugins menu. Yeah, this one here. Capacity is 2000. I'm pretty sure 2000 is our capacity. All right, so done all that. Quite sure we're ready. Save to Roblox. So as you can see, custom vehicle interface. And then of course I just created so that's the idea. So then we'll move into maybe lumber next, and you'll have to go and get raw logs and deliver them to the mill. And then there will be a capacity, so you'll fill up the mill with raw logs, and then you'll have to export materials, whatever that is, same thing. I'll have to add another truck, maybe a flatbed, which we could load with lumber and other sorts of materials that we can export. Maybe two trailers, a flatbed and a box truck, and we can do furniture and we can do lumber. Ooh, that'll work. And then I'll have delivery spots around the map, and every time we do delivery, it'll be like minus a load, minus a load, minus a load. That'd be cool. So as you can see where we're going with that, we're trying to develop it into a game where you need to gather resources, you save those resources, and then you expend those resources later, and that's how you get money. And then of course these areas moving forward, well, we'll do towing next. Towing is going to be a similar thing. You're going to get the car, bring it to a scrapyard, and then when the scrapyard is full, you'll have two options. You can either export the scrap to the dump, or you can export the cars, and I'll have to get a trailer that's like a car carrier that we can load. I'll make a whole mission out of it. It'll be a whole big thing. Far more in depth than this. This is just kind of get into the game, welcome to the game, play around. I'm gonna have to move the spawn location. Back over here where it was. I'm actually gonna make the spawn location right here. Alright, perfect. It takes forever for this thing to save. Its testing has been slow and arduous. So there's a couple of more things. So before we go from here, alright, so where we were was we had a truck and we were able to fill it up and it saved. And then, as you saw, I decided I wanted to redevelop the vehicle interface, and then I wanted to develop a new interface for buying and selling and transferring the resources. So I had to do that, had to design it, had to code it. That took a while. And then to figure out how I wanted it all to work. Now that we have it all working, easy peasy, we can go from here. We can expand on it. And that's what I'm going to do. We're going to use passes. So you'll need to find the NPC in the world, get the pass. That's going to allow you to do the missions. And then I need to add the storyline as well, because there needs to be a bit of a story. I mean, it's a game. It needs to be some type of story. Cool. And that's that. And that is literally going to be that. Well, that'll be that for now. What I'll continue to work on, the next update, I'll reorganize the on-screen interfaces so they scale, so they're centered. We'll do that. And then what I want to do is we're going to just focus on some quality updates where I want some of the number values to roll instead of just this value added to that value and there's the total. Like these bar graphs, I want them to kind of to roll expanding and contracting. So that I need to add to the game, which basically just means I need to go through all the scripts one more time and add that rolling code to the script. So that way when it gets the... there you go. When it gets the value, it then adds it to the other value, and then it rolls that. What's going on here? Stats is not a valid member of... So we need to go another 2 parents on top of that to get to where we want to be. That's the way it is, right? Then we got to stop. We got to do it all over again. So I think that's going to do it for the video. I showed a little bit of the truck, a little bit of what's coming up. Thank you so much. You see, we're making progress. So in the next video, I'll add towing. So it's going to be 3 or 4 days before I get that in there. But you get the idea. Same thing. Spawn the vehicle. You'll go to wherever it is. And then a menu will come up. And that's where you'll save the car. And the car will go into like your saved storage. And then we'll have to have a menu there. Maybe we can upgrade the cars, change the colors. Something like that. Something. It'll be far more in-depth, like I say, than just A to B with the garbage. But, you know, we need something. We need something to start the game. Minimap. Let's see. City dump. Unload. Background. Background capacity. There we go. Let's see if that works. So yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching and your interest and checking it out. Again, it takes a while. As you can see, look at all the testing I'm doing. I'm not even playing the game. I'm starting the game. I'm getting an error, and then I'm stopping it. I'm starting the game. I'm getting an error, and I'm stopping it. I've been doing that now for 3 or 4 days straight. Developing a little bit, and then doing this. Error. You know, because I misspell stuff or whatever. So that's what you got to do. You just got to get through it, focus, and you get a product that people can enjoy. Right, so that's what I mean. So the next part of this, the last part is going to be the rolling values, getting them to, I don't even know what's this. Oh, this is the, that's fine. The mini map. Did it give me an error on the other one? It did not. Ooh, that should be exciting. So that was the garbage truck. Being able to sell it in, okay, so then we go to city dump, spawn the garbage truck. Takes a second to load in. Yeah, I like it. It's cool. Definitely the towing missions are going to be interesting. Like I say, because I want to have a little window. I want to have a window that comes up that lets you see the cars and lets us change the color. Because there's going to be a lot of this, A to B, right? As I was expressing with the logs. You know, you go and you get the logs, and then that's it, right? We're out of logs. So the last thing I need to do with the garbage truck is I need to make buttons here for the arms, for the console players, and that's what I'll do. Okay, so I just want to show there's a little bit of garbage in the truck. We're going to go into the dump. Alright, then the menu should pop up here. Yes, that's what's in the truck. That's what's in our city capacity. Press the button. Perfect. It empties the truck, and then it closes. Ah, yes, perfect. And then we drive away. Just like that. Let's see if we can get out of here. Right, so that'll be the next update. Changing this around and then adding buttons for the truck. So right now you can drive the other truck around and you'll get money for it, just like you will for this one and the car. And that's it. So it's coming along. We're starting to finally move forward. We have a direction. We have a design now. We have a buy window, a sell window, and a transfer window, which is what we need for the rest of our missions. We're getting there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.